Hey, welcome back to Pete's Corner, Cowboys. Your one-stop shop for everything Stillwater. I'm Jared Rotop.
And I'm Carney Porter. And this week on Pete's Corner, we're going to be focusing on mental health. Mental illness is a growing issue, especially in college students, what with grueling schedules, lack of sleep, being away from home, from friends and family. It's a lot on a young adult.
And with such a stigma about asking for help or even getting any sort of help, it can really be a drain on a lot of college students. But with so much stress put on college students, knowing when to take time for yourself and knowing to stay in your own limits is important for staying self-aware of your own mental health. Arian Banks has more on how to stay on top of all the stress and anxiety that college can bring.
Having to balance school and personal life, students' health could be pushed aside and forgotten about. Many are unaware of the signs that point to mental health, as well as the steps to take to better the mental disorder. This illness can arise in many different categories, like clinical depression, anxiety disorder, bipolar disorder, and others. But we fail to notice the importance of mental health is just as important as going to the doctor when you're sick.
Lasting hours each time, and you've noticed it over a period of months, it's definitely important to come get checked out. We can offer screeners to help screen for depression, screeners for anxiety.
To improve your mental health, things like maintaining healthy relationships, exercise, prioritizing your sleep schedule, or even pampering yourself are all ways that you can cope with this illness. Here at the university, Counseling Services puts on a mental health series. The series dates from mid-September to early December, and this is to provide help to students.
And so I ended up doing more every week. We said, hey, how are we doing? How did we present on this topic? What do you want to hear? How could we have done this better? And really just left it open to getting feedback, because we did this for the students, and we're doing it continually for the students and what they're needing.
Being in college is a lot within itself, but it's always in the best interest to make sure that your personal health is maintained and at its full potential. For Pete's Corner, I'm Arian Banks.
The mental health seminars are offered for all students with no registration. Times and weekly topics can be found on the University Counseling Services website. The next seminar is scheduled for November 12th at 11 in the Sequoia Room 280 of the Student Union. The seminar will be over improving communication.
But in the meantime, we thought we'd take some of Arian's tips and enjoy some self-care of our own. While self-care looks different for everyone, giving yourself a little extra TLC can make a drastic difference. So today I brought face masks. Here you go, that's for you. And fuzzy blankets. And while we gear up for a full show, we're going to take a few minutes to relax. And when we get back from this break, we're going to look into why mental health matters and adventure into the physical aspects of it.
What is it about Oklahoma State?
This place is special.
Believe me, I know.
It's my home.
I've spent more of my life at OSU than away from it.
So here's what I can tell you.
There's just something about Oklahoma State.
We've had some pretty remarkable people pass through these walls.
People like Henry Ivan, Ed Gallagher,
Robin Ventura, and
Barry Sanders.
I could go on and on about our All-Americans
our national champions,
and our Hall of Famers.
You could say the people are what make this place special, and you'd be correct.
but it goes beyond the people.
There's something else about Stillwater that attracts greatness.
Maybe it's the hard work that all of us have put in during our time here to make something of ourselves.
Maybe it's the trials we've endured as a family.
We've been tested in ways that most people cannot understand.
Yet we never waver
in who we are
and what we believe in.
We've proven we can win at the highest level.
But winning isn't the only reason why people choose Oklahoma State.
It's more than that.
Our fans don't just cheer for the Cowboys.
They are the Cowboys.
The culture here is bigger than all of us.
It means something to be a Cowboy.
It's the values OSU stands for.
The values of being loyal and true.
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 Hey, welcome back. We're enjoying a few seconds of self-care, but why does mental health awareness even matter? With the stress of school, students can often neglect their physical health as they get too busy to go to the doctor or eat healthy and exercise.
The impact school and stress has on students' mental health can be negative, leaving students depressed and anxious. But knowing the importance of taking care of mental health as much as people do their physical health can alleviate potential illness. Evelyn has more on the story.
We seek medical attention and treatment for any form of physical illness or disease. But why do we neglect mental illness? Taking care of your mental health is just as important as physical health. It impacts our thoughts, behaviors, and emotions.
We're looking at kind of that full body wellness type approach when it comes to mental health because it affects every part of our life. You know, when things are going well, it affects our life, and when things are not going well with our mental health, it affects us as well.
People all over the nation face challenges with mental health like depression, anxiety, and addiction. This happens especially with college students.
So there can be a lot of things that happen over that 4-year period as a person's growing and developing that can be stressful and can cause almost a sort of to overwhelm those normal systems that we have that are able to cope with situations.
You might not know if you're experiencing symptoms of mental health issues, but here's some great ways to improve it. You can stretch, take a nap, or even just talk to your friend. Hey, Danny.
Hey!
Even though mental health conditions have taken the internet by storm, sadly, there's still a great deal of stigma surrounding it.
Historically, I think it was something that it was a sign of weakness. I think it was seen as if you had a mental health issue, you were ashamed, you felt shame, you felt embarrassed. I think that has progressed now.
Regardless of all the stigma surrounding it, there's still plenty of steps you can take to improve your mental health day by day.
We found one thing is as far as just taking care of yourself, I think getting enough sleep, eating properly, exercising routinely. These are things studies have shown that can improve just your emotional outlook.
Mental health is integral to living a healthy, balanced life.
The brain is an organ, and I need to take care of it. And it's one of those things that I'm not ashamed that I need to get help.
Luckily, OSU has groups of trained staff that promote mental health with the resources to help you succeed.
There's nothing wrong with coming into counseling, and for a lot of people it can be very helpful.
Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. For Pete's Corner, I'm Evelyn Gattal.
Thank you, Evelyn. Paying attention to your health can help every aspect of your physical health as well. And knowing what to look out for in friends, such as eating and sleeping habits or general mood changes, can be warning signs for possible mental illnesses.
Physical health has been a continuous conversation. According to the Mayo Clinic, depression and anxiety symptoms can be alleviated with just a little bit of physical activity. Activities such as running, lifting weights, dancing, biking, and even yoga can really help. We sent our reporter Jovian out to see just how yoga can help to put people's minds at ease.
Fitness fads come and go, but yoga has persisted as an exercise for the body, mind, and spirit for more than 5,000 years. Yoga combines strengthening and stretching poses with deep breathing and meditations, which is claimed to support mental health. Oklahoma State's Department of Wellness offers at least one group fitness yoga class a day, 7 days a week.
One would be the power yoga class on Monday at 7:30. A bunch of balancing poses, a bunch of really difficult, challenging. I'll have them hold a pose for 2 minutes. So it's very intense. You're like, look, I want you to look in the mirror and say, I'm the baddest man alive, right? You know, or just something inspiring and powerful.
No matter what level of yoga you practice, a wide variety of classes are offered, all to benefit your body and mind.
In terms of mental health, and I'm speaking from experience, I was a lost, angry, weightlifting, hyper-masculine man who thought that being the biggest, baddest wolf in the room was overpowering. No, it's having the grace and the strength to be grounded and to be a stand for love. right? So it's completely shifted my mind state and my mental health in terms of my priorities and values as well.
Group fitness classes are offered free of charge to all members of the Department of Wellness, including students and staff.
Yoga can be practiced virtually anywhere, even in the comfort of your own home. But one-on-one sessions can take the mental health benefits of yoga a bit further.
I've had students that have had anxiety or insomnia, obsessive compulsive disorder, ADD, depression, addiction. I mean, a lot of students are bouncing from Clonopine to Adderall. You know, I mean, they're going from one to the other. I mean, taking one to stay up and the other to calm down. And trauma is a big one. So there's a big need for the mental health aspect.
To learn more about group fitness and the mental health benefits of yoga therapy, visit wellness.okstate.edu. For Pete's Corner, I'm Jovi Nosterhout.
I'm definitely going to have to try some yoga, or maybe just even getting a little bit more active. Thanks for that, Jovian. The Department of Wellness here at Oklahoma State offers yoga therapy sessions to help with physical and mental conditions, from anxiety, insomnia, and even neurological issues to smoking, obesity, and eating disorders. For more information on how to book an appointment, visit the Department of Wellness website.
Not only does OSU offer yoga therapy and counseling services for your daily stressors and anxiety, but the Reboot Center in the Union is a wonderful place to recharge and spend some time de-stressing as well. Bailey Battelle has more on the Reboot Center.
College can be a stressful time for students, and seeking help can be scary and intimidating. One alternative to seeking counseling is learning de-stressing techniques and taking time to calm down. At Oklahoma State's Reboot Center, students can do just that. Located on the 3rd floor of the Student Union, the Reboot Center is a place for students to de-stress and take a break from daily life. Veronica Sutton started the center with her supervisor back in 2012 to give students a place to relax.
And then I really believe that students do need to have a place where they feel safe and can get some rest, even for, a half hour or something like that, just before their next class.
The center is not a replacement for counseling, but is a good resource for students who need help and don't want to go through the steps to get traditional counseling.
And a lot of times people are maybe not so inclined to want to just go talk to a counselor. There's kind of still like a stigma to some people.
The center features couches and beanbag chairs with calming blue lights for students to come relax during the day. There's also a massage chair for students who need some extra relaxation. One of the most unique features of the Reboot Center is the relaxation games. Students can wear these sensors that measure their heart rate. The more calm you stay, the better you do at the game.
So this is your heart rate right here, and that's something I can breathe along with. So you try to breathe in through your nose as it goes up, and gently kind of blow out through your mouth as it goes down.
Students can play the games to learn how to control their stress and then apply those skills outside of the Reboot Center with the help of the Reboot Center student assistant, Parker Cray.
And I'll tell them that they can take these steps to outside of the Reboot Center, to the classroom or to wherever they're giving the speech at, and do this before then, or they can come in and practice multiple times and it will have long-lasting, more permanent changes.
Acray uses the Reboot Center as a resource himself to calm down and overcome test anxiety.
If you come here a lot, it changes your automatic response to stress, and also before tests, I know what steps to take in order to help calm myself down, clear my mind, and focus in.
With the big demands students face in college classes, it's important for them to take care of their mental health. 80% of students feel overwhelmed with their responsibilities in school, but only 40% seek help. The Reboot Center is a place for students to get the help they need without the fear of seeing a counselor. And the skills they can learn to decrease their stress levels can help them succeed not only in academics, but in daily life. For Pete's Corner, I'm Bailey Battelle.
Well, after this break, we're going to take a quick look at the wet noses and wagging tails that bring so much joy to Oklahoma State University students. As well, we're going to take a quick look at the controversial idea of medical marijuana as an alternative to treatment for mental illness. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back. Here at OSU, we are right in the middle of the semester and gearing up for finals and class projects. It gets very stressful, but OSU has a cute, fluffy way to help students feel more at ease and have a little bit of fun.
Josh Kendall went and met with Pete's Pet Posse and learned a little bit about how the program helps OSU students.
Being a student at Oklahoma State University is an exciting experience. Being away from home and taking on your own responsibilities, looking to better your future. But along with the freedoms comes the constant pressures to keep grades up, not miss class, and final exams. Nearing the final weeks of the semester, it can become overwhelming and very stressful. Some students, let alone people all over the world, begin to experience anxiety and fear. But at OSU, they have developed a program called Pete's Pet Posse. It's a wellness program that promotes physical and emotional health. They've brought in certified therapy dogs to help relieve some of that stress, even if for a brief moment.
When they pet the dogs, a lot of the stress just goes away. And like when that accident they had at the homecoming parade several years ago, the Pete's Pet Posse dogs were there to help with people, to help them with their stress.
These therapy dogs can be found all throughout the campus. They have a schedule on the OSU website. Hera and Ghost were sitting at the entrance of Edmund Lowe Library. They received all the attention they could want, and students were excited to get in and pet the dogs. This is my dog Tupac. I've had him a little more than 2 years, and he's been with me through all my stressful times. We've developed a bond together, but maybe it's more than that. Maybe it is science.
On the other hand, you might say, and maybe I would also agree with this, that if somebody's going through hard times, whatever will work should be used. And why worry about it scientifically as long as at least it works anecdotally, right? So there's something to be said for that too.
Dogs help us release specific happy hormones, which is very beneficial for our mental health. It helps keep us feeling happy and helps us heal. So if you find yourself getting overly stressed out or feeling lonely, seek out and take advantage of Pete's Pet Posse. For Pete's Corner, I'm Josh Kendall.
Thanks for that, Josh. Pete's Pet Posse was created with students' mental and physical health in mind. It's no wonder why you see a large crowd of students whenever the dogs are walking around campus.
Yes, but sometimes pet therapy isn't always enough, and all the medications in the world, some are addictive and harsh. Medical marijuana is becoming an increasingly large topic of conversation to treat all kinds of conditions. Reporter T. Johnson has more on the benefits of medical marijuana.
Medical marijuana is now legal, and it's helping thousands of people every day. Some have a negative perception of cannabis, but what some don't know is it can be extremely helpful when it comes to medical purposes. Dr. Eric Kaufman with Doctors of Cannabis recognized just how helpful the properties of cannabis can be after retiring in 2017.
The healing medical properties are not really primarily why people come to us. They come to us for symptomatic care. They want to use cannabis to help improve their symptoms. They want to sleep better. They want to hurt less. They want their muscle soreness to be better.
Legalized in Oklahoma in 2018, medical marijuana has since helped thousands of people address symptoms of chronic pain and illness. Like any other form of pain-relieving medicine or prescription drugs, cannabis comes from a plant and is actually lower in the risk of dependency and physical harm than tobacco, alcohol, and prescription drugs and opioids. While some people use cannabis as a way to relieve symptoms of physical pain and mental health struggles, there are also many who use it to get off of opiates. Since the 1990s, the opioid epidemic has led to an increase in the addiction to opiates, especially in the community of disabled veterans. Dragon 420 is a dispensary here in Stillwater aimed toward helping these veterans overcome their addiction. Let's head inside. Inside, you'll find an array of cannabis products aimed toward providing relief for patients. Russ Tanner, the owner of Dragon 420, explained the dangers opioids have on veterans and why he wants to use these different forms of cannabis to help cure their addiction to opioids.
He had noticed as part of Storm 22, that the predominant reason why 22 veterans are killing themselves on a daily basis was due to addictions to opiates and high stressors such as financial issues and things that are associated with that.
Tanner said overcoming the addiction to opiates can be difficult, but his dispensary has already helped many veterans get relief for things from PTSD to opioid addiction. The conversation about cannabis is changing every day, and people are finding relief in a natural way because of it. If you want to learn more about how medical marijuana can help you, visit doctorsofcannabis.com. Veterans with their medical marijuana cards can also receive medicinal cannabis free of charge if they visit Dragon 420. For Pete's Corner, I'm T. Johnson.
Wow, what an insightful story. And to see all the treatments for mental health, but also the prevention of opioid addictions that medical marijuana can provide.
With all these organizations and treatments to help with mental health, there are still those that don't feel comfortable seeking treatment at a conventional facility. But there are other ways to receive treatment and counseling. Haley Carr has more.
When students get to the point of admitting they need mental help, it's understandably incredibly daunting to call a counseling clinic to set an appointment, let alone walk into their first session. In the digital age, however, this isn't the only option for students looking for mental health treatment. Most of our day-to-day responsibilities are carried out through phones or computers. So why can't it be the same for when someone needs help but doesn't feel ready to walk in the doors of a counseling office? For more than a decade, people across the United States have been able to use the National Suicide Prevention Line to seek help. Utilities like these networks grant access to mental health resources 24/7, so it's especially helpful when experiencing distress late at night. But what about the resources specifically for college students? For students at Oklahoma State University, they can use Therapy Assistance Online, or TAO. TAO provides interactive programs designed to help students bounce back from obstacles they may face in their college careers.
As far as resources that they can expect, it's really something that it's self-guided and self-paced, and it's really set up as their online educational modules.
Another resource available to students looking for a more personal touch is Student Assistance by Mercy, or SAM. This phone service has licensed counselors available 24/7 to provide referrals and consultations for students in distress.
SAM is really there to kind of talk to them in the moment, find out what's going on, hopefully get them in a stable place, and then follow up and make sure they get some services, just to kind of see how they're doing and kind of talk about what are next steps, what are some things they can do to connect with services and maybe start therapy.
Resources like TAO and SAM are important and increasingly necessary to the success of college students. At a time where students are being thrown into a completely new environment with endless responsibilities and freedoms, it's no wonder a little help is needed along the way.
Finding resources that are online can be good options for those that either can't make it in or rather maybe not come and see someone in person, or they just don't have the time.
If a student or anyone else is in crisis, they can always rely on campus or national resources to be available. In case of emergency, call 911, and as always, be safe. For Pete's Corner, I'm Haley Carr.
Thanks for that, Haley. For more information, visit the Student Counseling Center's website.
Well, we're running out of time, but I feel I got a good sense as to what OSU brings to the college kids here on campus in regards to mental health.
Mental health and mental illness is an extremely serious topic. If you or anyone you know are in need of emergency help, please reach out to the National Suicide Hotline at 1-800-273-8255. Join us next week on Pete's Corner to learn about some of the not-so-famous superheroes located right here in Stillwater. For Pete's Corner, I'm Jared Rotop.
And I'm Carney Porter. Thanks for watching.